For as long as we've looked up at the stars, we've asked this one huge question. Are we alone? It's a mystery that has completely captivated us for generations. And today, we're diving right into the search for an answer, starting with the most tantalizing clue we've ever found. It all came down to a single powerful word: wow. Seriously, in the entire history of searching for extraterrestrial intelligence, this is the closest we've ever come to a potential breakthrough. It was this fleeting whisper from the cosmos that was so remarkable, an astronomer couldn't help but scribble his astonishment right on the data itself. Okay, so let's set the scene. The date is August 15th, 1977. At Ohio State University's Big Ear Radio Telescope, something incredible happened. For just 72 seconds, the telescope picked up this powerful, focused radio signal from deep space. It was a complete and total anomaly, totally unlike any natural cosmic noise they had ever recorded. So, what made this signal so special? Why the wow? Well, first off, it was a strong, narrow-band signal. Think of a perfectly tuned radio station, not the messy static you get from stars. It came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius. And here's the kicker. It was broadcast at 1420 megahertz. This is known as the hydrogen frequency, and it's basically a universal landmark, a quiet spot on the cosmic radio dial that many scientists predicted would be the most logical choice for any intelligent civilization trying to say hello. So this signal was the perfect candidate, a potential message in a cosmic bottle. And then it was just gone. After those 72 seconds, it vanished. For over 40 years, astronomers have pointed their telescopes back to that same patch of sky, listening, just listening, and they found nothing but total silence. This one-time event, this cosmic ghost, is really the perfect real-world example of a much bigger puzzle. It's a question that the physicist Enrico Fermi famously asked his colleagues during lunch way back in 1950. He was looking at the sheer scale of the universe, and he posed this simple but profound question: where is everybody? And that question is now known as the Fermi paradox, or sometimes the Great Silence. It's this baffling contradiction between how the universe should be and how it appears to be. I mean, on one hand, the numbers suggest that life should be everywhere. But on the other, we have found absolutely nothing. And this comparison really drives the point home. Just think about it. Our galaxy alone has billions of stars. We now know that Earth-like planets are common, and the universe has had billions of years for life to evolve and spread. The odds really seem to be in favor of a crowded cosmos. Yet, the reality is a deafening silence. 0 confirmed signals, 0 visits, 0 proof. So what's going on? And what does this quiet really mean for our own place in the universe? So despite the silence, the search is still on. And with more sophisticated tools than ever before, you can think of scientists now as cosmic detectives, and they're hunting for alien clues in 2 key ways. First, they have to know where to even look. And the prime real estate for life as we know it is the Goldilocks zone. This is that sweet spot orbiting a star where conditions are just right, not too hot, not too cold, for liquid water to exist on a planet's surface. And of course, water is a key ingredient for life. And what's really cool is we're finding these zones are surprisingly common. Take the star system Gliese 667c. This system has at least 3 planets orbiting snugly right inside its Goldilocks zone. A discovery like this really suggests that potentially habitable worlds might be far more numerous than we ever imagined. Okay, so once we find a promising planet, what exactly are we looking for? Well, this slide breaks it down perfectly. These cosmic detectives are hunting for either biosignatures, which are clues of simple biological life, or technosignatures, which are clues left behind by an advanced technological civilization. So, let's start with biosignatures. And our neighbor Mars is a perfect example. NASA's Curiosity rover found organic molecules, the carbon-based building blocks of life, in an ancient lake bed. It also detected methane gas in the atmosphere, which is fascinating because methane breaks down quickly. That means something on Mars is actively making it. But, and this is a big but, these are not definitive proof. Non-living geological processes could also be the source. The other approach is to look for technosignatures. This isn't about finding microbes. This is about finding civilizations. We're talking about signs of technology that would be very difficult to explain through just natural phenomena. And the potential signs are just ingenious. Of course, there are artificial radio signals like the WOW signal, but scientists are also looking for industrial pollutants in an exoplanet's atmosphere. basically searching for alien smog. They're looking for the glint of light reflecting off massive solar panel arrays, city lights on a planet's night side, or even huge swarms of satellites. The creativity is incredible, but each method is a monumental challenge. I mean, how do you distinguish alien pollution from natural atmospheric haze hundreds of light years away? So we have all these clever ways to search, and we're finding more and more promising places to look. So why is the mystery still unsolved? Well, the challenges are, quite literally, astronomical. First, space is just incredibly deep. Our galaxy is 100,000 light-years across. Any signal becomes incredibly faint over that distance. Second, space is dusty. Big clouds of cosmic dust can block or distort a signal. Third, time is just vast. A civilization could rise and fall long before its signals ever reach us, or we could be broadcasting into a future where no one is left to listen. And finally, there's the orchid problem. Imagine searching for a rare orchid that blooms for only one day a year. If you aren't in the right part of the forest on that exact day, you'll miss it. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence is exactly like that. We have to be looking at the right star at the exact right moment to catch a fleeting signal. This all leads to a really fascinating and kind of haunting thought from Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb. The question isn't just about whether we're alone right now. In the 13.8 billion-year history of the universe, could countless other civilizations have already come and gone? Which leaves us with the ultimate question. As we send our own signals out into that great silence, what does it mean if no one answers? Are we simply joining a conversation that's been going on for eons? Or, in this vast and ancient cosmos, are we the very first to speak? The search continues.